Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Bryce Lewis back here with some content. I've been changing up my warm-up a little bit for lower bodies, so I'm just going to kind of go through most of it here. I think I filmed almost all of it. And really the main changes are that it focuses around more dynamic movements, less static stuff, lots of movement pattern building. And I've just found it to be a little bit more effective, and kind of some port overs from my coaching for volleyball athletes as well. But yeah, a little bit of light barbell complexes. Kettlebell swings I've really been liking quite a lot, and I just continue to raise the range of motion as time goes on, and switch to heavier and heavier kettlebells, something around the range of about 20 repetitions. And all this is done before the workout on lower body days. And generally the idea is that I want to cue muscles to work effectively, and if the idea is that if we need to squat more to get better, then a lot of movement patterns should resemble the movement you're trying to do as well, so that you can warm up effectively. So a lot of things stayed in place. Leg swings were there from before, and you'll see in the background Corey Veriker. He's graciously become somewhat of a workout partner, and it's just been awesome having his encouragement, and he's a beast in the gym too, as you'll see. We've got a few clips there. Some of the movement patterns too, the high knee pull, also in there. But anyway, I'll just let this footage run and explain some things as they go. I'm about 4 weeks out from nationals right now, and feeling a lot better than I have been. Some good numbers on bench press lately as far as rep sets. Some good numbers on squat too, so just hopefully going to pull all together as I get ready for this competition, and just keep the goal realistic, that what I'm looking for is my own best performance up there, and that anything else on that is icing on the cake. I'll also be coaching a few athletes at Raw Nationals as well. I will be trying to become a USAPL state level referee, as well as get a USAPL coaching certification too. So that will be nice to be able to learn some things along the way, and provide more for athletes at the Strength Athlete. Some exciting projects lately. Some broad jumps here, by the way. Kind of a port over from some Olympic weightlifting footage I was watching of some high-level athletes. Just sinking in a squat there, and you can do this with or without the shoes that you plan to lift in. So I mean, if I was squatting, I would be wearing squat shoes. These are called depth drops, so you can start on a high surface. This is good for knee rehabilitation as well. But the idea is that we just want to land simultaneously with both feet and stop all motion within 1 second of landing. And you can raise the box or lower the box as needed, but it's good for building movement coordination as well. And this is something we had a lot of our volleyball athletes do before, and turn around just some light box jumps as well. The idea here is really control, not fatigue, or not busting out a mad high box jump, bro. So that's really what we're after. Some people have been asking me about compression and compression garments. I got a hold of a meta-analysis of compression. It shows that it can be effective for reducing soreness, but I really haven't given it a full enough review myself to be able to say, wow, this works. I mean, it may work for transient gains in strength, especially if the garment is tight enough, but I don't think that any lower body pants, compression tights, or anything like that is really tight enough to get you enough compression for super gains, unless we're talking like equipped lifting and briefs and things like that. Nothing you're just going to get in a store, at least for that matter. And by store I mean like a retail sports authority or whatnot. So floor pattern here, some of the same stuff you've probably already seen in some past videos. Arching of the back, but I've added some donkey kicks that I picked up from Chad Wesley Smith's lower body warm-up video on his channel over at Juggernaut Training. So some good information being passed around on YouTube and social media, so I'm just trying to soak it in, pick the pieces that work for me, and leave out the pieces that don't, and just kind of reinforce the idea that movement and warm-up is always in flux, and that you need to find what works for you. So I believe this was a volume day, the last volume day for deadlifts. I'm now doing only intensification, meet preparation as I get closer to the competition. So working up to a heavy triple at 8.5 with some back offsets, and using colored plates because they're awesome for extra motivation to make things look and feel a little bit more like they will in competition. And the Texas bar here is about what the Elico bar will probably feel like. So the idea is if I can pull it here, I can pull it on the platform. And you know, the jumps look weird, but they are essentially 135, 225, you know, and so on as you go up, 315, 405. And you'll see Corey Veriker here make a cameo in just a sec. Good guy and super strong too. He's mainly a strongman competitor, but we're trying to get him over into powerlifting again. So I've had something with deadlifts where we've upped the frequency to a point where I had only twice a week as far as frequency goes, but for whatever reason, my mid back was feeling extremely sore, so I can kind of feel that when the volume starts to get too high. And Eric made the choice to cut back on the frequency a little bit. So, well, frequency quite a lot. So now I am pulling every other, or heavy every other week, and pulling light every other week as well. That's actually not too far off from what I used to be doing on the conjugate system that we were running. Just a little bit different here. So I believe I worked up to a top set of 620 today, or this day of training, and things feeling pretty good. I think this might be the top set. That sounds about right. So again, as usual, trying to brace, remove the slack from the system before we start, keep everything neutral, and pull from there. And actually, the weight here is feeling pretty light today. So like I said, things kind of coming together a little bit. In other news, we have a new store at spreadshirt.com. I think it's thestrengthathlete.spreadshirt.com. And logo design is one of my hobbies as well, and I've come out with 4 logos that are there, and I really like them. I'd be proud to wear all of them myself. So if you're into that, if you're into supporting YouTube channels, go check that out. And if there's a piece of clothing that you want but don't see, just let me know. So this is certainly a top set. Now this bar, especially on multiple reps, just grinds through my hands. So I'm really trying to wear straps on the top set so I don't get openings on my calluses, because no one likes that. So here's 620, I think. What else has been going on in training? 370 by 4 at a 9 on the bench press, which was awesome. I hit a 575 for a double. That was probably a 9 to 9.5, and yeah, things feeling good. So deadlifting today again. So hopefully I'm going to try to beat this, and we'll be pulling some heavy weight. We've got Chrissy Schaefer and Ray Shard coming down from Fort Collins, and we'll all get in a jam session and have some fun. But I'm really looking forward to it. The day's closing in fast. We're inside of 4 weeks, so so lots of good things now. And if you're just joining the channel, do check out the past few videos. I feel like, as far as informational content, the screencasting videos about motion tracking and the Excel spreadsheet share I gave really should empower a lot of you to take things into your own hands and you know, self-coach in some aspects. And Eric Bodhorn from TSA will be putting out a video about what to do with all this information. It's one thing to actually do motion tracking. It's another thing entirely to analyze it and know what to look for and actually get some benefit from it. So I'm really looking forward to what he has to say on that, and I think that's something that will apply to a lot of you guys. So kind of a cross between GHR and a hyperextension here. I don't really know which one I wanted as far as the plan for the day goes. The plan is actually to have glute bridges in here, but it's just such a pain in the ass to set those up sometimes, and getting under the bar, and it hurts on the hips. So I'm cool with this, and just some general posterior chain hypertrophy going. What else do we have? Oh, Izzy Navarez from Powerlifting to Win puts out some excellent information. So if you have a chance, check that out. His channel is youtube.com/powerliftingtowin, and I've learned just tomes of information from watching his content. So check it out. It's good stuff. And supporting Chelsea Carabin from Chelsea Lifts with the Raise the Bar t-shirt. She's part of the team. She's prepping at Nationals. We'll get some footage and probably a few mashups and have some fun. And I think that she is providing a really good example for what's possible in female powerlifting and programming, and smart training, and just being an all-around good person. So good role model, and I love to see her getting more attention these days. So finishing up with some close grip cable rows. I like straps here because it allows me to focus less on grip and more on what my back is doing, which for this movement is really the most important. That's going to do it for this week, guys. We'll be getting some more content out, and if you have any questions, certainly ask. Talk to you soon.